Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I was just doing a quick little shop tour. I get some questions every once in a while about like how big the shop is, because sometimes I think on Instagram people think this place is huge and it's not. It's just me. My son comes in and helps every once in a while. Trey, he's the drifter guy you guys see in some of the videos. But anyways, yeah, I'll just do a quick walk around. I'll talk about some of the compressors that people have been asking what I use and some other stuff. So anyways, let's just walk around, and we're gonna do it a different way this way. I'm just gonna grab the camera and we're just gonna walk around. We're not gonna keep cutting and clipping and grabbing tripods and all that madness, okay? So let me turn the light on and we'll try this in like one continuous shot, maybe. I don't know, we'll see how it goes, right? So anyways, let's grab you guys. Let's take a little walk here. Okay, so some of you guys know me from Vegas Rat Rods. Some of you guys are friends with me before that. This is just my front office when you walk in. It's just literally got stuff like, sorry, the lights were on. Some of the plasma cutting stuff I do and sell. There's some of us guys from the show back in the day. You see the crews, different years, we had different crews. Merlin's right there too. It's hard to see him in the reflection. Where are you, Merle? Right here, Merlin's Old School Garage. He's got a channel as well. You guys gotta check him out too. Anyways, people were asking, do you do diorama? Do you do 1/18 scale and things like that? Yes, I do. I do anything car related. I've been doing cars for many years. True passion is motorcycles. Also went to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute for the guys out there that did as well. Some of us guys are still friends to this day, like Francis Bowl and Dan Cross and some of the other guys that I've been friends with for years that I met in Arizona going to Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. What a blast that was. Some of the best times of my life were with those guys. So if you're listening, guys, good to see you. Dan Cross came down to Vegas not too long ago and spent some time with me, so that was cool. Anyways, let me be quiet for a minute. So that's about that, or that's about it. That's just some of the stuff from the old days, I guess you could say. Different certifications, different classes, different whatever. Sometimes it's cool to, you know, it's like having a man cave at your house, I guess. And there's Dan. Dan Coggins right there. Good friend of mine. You guys know him. He's an amazing engine builder and car builder and drag racer and all that good stuff. For the people that are confused, Von Deeter has always been my call name for my artwork. It's also was like the surname for my real last name, Deeter. So I think we were first registered in the 1400s. Von Deeter. Anyways, so in here, this is kind of like where I do some of the airbrushing. I've got some of my colors set up over here. I've got a big old fat TV so I can listen to music, watch stuff, you know, blah, blah, blah. Got a lot of my colors right there. I'm actually doing a neon clock for someone right now that won a contest with our fast cut giveaway that we did. We've got a friend of ours, Barry Moore, gave us this direct to print machine. So I'm finally slowing down enough that I can get to the point to use this. For the people that have been asking if I have shirts, I used to. I'm getting ready to turn the website back on and put some stickers back on there and some other stuff. But yeah, I actually, during the TV show, Von Deeter Designs was, you can see it in a lot of the TV show clips, and we're wearing it, you know. Looks like that, vondeeter.com. So you can go to the website right now, but the store is not turned on. I'll probably just keep it at the website. I probably really won't bounce around to Etsy and some of the other ones, but man, I'm dirty. But yeah, I will be doing some more canvases that will be turned into prints like this. There's our old door from last week's video. And thank you guys. Alex has been sending me pictures. He did some blue on a fender. We've got other people that are trying these tricks out. I see that there's other painters that have been doing this or been painting for 30 years, and they're just now learning to try out some of this acrylic stuff because it's fun, because it's a lot of stuff you can not do with solvents. You know, like even like that motorcycle picture right there that I was making with a bunch of old prints for fun. You know, at least you can still squirt bottle the dye over the top of, or the acrylic over the top of that. But anyways, so this is my little office. It's not big. Let me zoom out there. Plotter, main computer for drawing, airbrush area. I don't always airbrush there because sometimes, you know, the metallics and stuff will get in here. Once again, you guys know I love motorcycles. So like, it's kind of dark in here. Some of these pictures are from the TV show. That's Justin Kramer and I. That's me on my 78 RM400. Joe G, the old manager there, got Jim Monco. He got us some really cool photos. Anyways, we'll just run in this room real quick. There's my little 4.8 LS that needs to get redone, and we're gonna put turbo on that, and that's going in the Ford or the Austin Healey. Not sure yet, not sure. So we got some LS crud over there. This room's kind of blah blah. Anyways, here's where some of the paints are. As you guys can see, I really like Autoborn and Createx Wicked Colors. So, I use a lot of their stuff. I still rattle can, or aerosol, sorry, I don't want to be incorrect there. I still aerosol some stuff here and there. So, it's only like got 3 little offices. Here's a bathroom, you know, some of you guys have already seen this. Just a fun little bathroom for, it's kind of a man cave bathroom, I guess you could say, right? So anyways, that's it in the office area. It's not very big. Big enough for me though. You know what I'm saying? So let's go outside. We'll just run out here real quick. It's a little humid today. You know, got the standard shelves full of car parts and trinkets and all the cool stuff that we use, rivets and this and that. There's some overflow paint down in here. Clear coats, things like that. We've got some of our welders right here, cutting stuff. Like I said, it's not a huge shop. It's maybe 1,700 square feet or something like that. You know, tool area. Got a good little spot over here for like all of the, you know, one-shot paints and Ronin, flake. I've got tons of flake for all kinds of different stuff in here. Keep a lot of my paint stuff here. Paint guns, samples of stuff, brushes are all down in here, pinstriping stuff. What else? Stencils. I do a lot of carving and etching, so we have drawers full of rotary tools and grinders and miniature stuff, all the mini stuff. And what else? What's in here? More airbrushes. Oh my gosh, a lot of airbrushes. Some more of the guns. More pens. I don't know what's in there. What's down here? Oh, overflow stuff, hoses, this and that. I think the mic fell down, sorry. I don't have a ton of equipment. I built a lot of cars in my lifetime, and you guys notice I don't have a car lift. I don't want a car lift in here. I'm tall, so car lifts don't necessarily help me. I don't always need them, don't always use them. A lot of times when I'm setting up suspension or something, I'd rather build it on the ground anyways, so just depends. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their own. I still like, if I had a big 5,000 square foot shop, I probably would have a 4-post roller and then a regular 2-post, but this is tiny. And we weren't supposed to be building cars. When I first got back to Vegas, I was not gonna build cars. I was like, I'm done with cars. I've built enough of them in my lifetime that it took the passion away and it just wasn't fun anymore. Especially when you're always having to do it for somebody else and you just never get to do your own thing, you know? So anyways, go back to, what else? Oh, you know, motorcycles. And then, I'm working on, I'm cleaning airbrushes right now. Got to cut down Jimmy and Hayden. That's their 31 Model A. That's underneath that cover right there. We don't want to get anything on it. No, little stupid stuff. Quick, easy body cart I can wheel around with all the supplies on it. Shrinker stretcher. Slow down there, dude. Brake. Cheap English wheel. One of our buddies is letting us borrow right now because I sold mine. Another bead roller, cold saws, little carts like this that come in handy, you know, just carry all your air tools and all that around with you. Always got to shout out Hicks. Go check out all these banners. Somebody was asking the other day where we got this one from. That's from him. I'll put a link down there for you guys. Also got a big order coming from Pour 15. So excited to show you guys some of the stuff. If you've not used Pour 15 before, they make a lot of products. They make a super cool satin, or matte, sorry. I'm trying to do this in one shot. I'm not gonna edit it or nothing. We're just gonna dump this video so you guys can kind of check out the shop. Finally, do have another door right here. And I won't always be doing doors, guys. This was just for fun to kind of get the point across on how I was doing the squirt bottle tricks. You guys have been asking for years how to do it. This one, I'm gonna do a video here tonight. This one is going to be candy red, and we're gonna do some of the silver shine with it. But we're gonna do it long ways. I cannot wait to get my truck in here and try to paint it vertical, or the Austin Healey that I'm gonna try to make look like a 32 or 34 Roadster instead. So it's not gonna be an Austin Healey, by the way. It's gonna be some crazy burnout car. But this one's gonna be fun because this one is gonna go this way. So I'm excited to do that today for you guys. Let's see what else. Can't forget about our amazing friends over at Fast Cut CNC. These guys have been amazing. This is their icon table. This is an air table. This is a 4x8 aluminum extrusion. There's a table inside of a table. So I have an air system right here to suck all the dust out while it's cutting in the smoke. So it's really simple. You just turn this on while you're cutting. Bring it in. Hook up my hose right there, blow that outside. Some of you guys are asking what compressors I'm using. This one's the main compressor that's triple bypass filtered. I use it mainly for painting the cars and then the plasma table. But anyways, let's go back to Fast Cut. This thing is amazing. Runs off an Xbox controller if you'd like to. One of the most state-of-the-art plasma tables I've ever dealt with, and I love their stuff. These guys are great. As far as here's their, I'm using a Hypertherm 65 power source right there. But these guys, I'm telling you, if you're looking for a plasma table, Fast Cut CNC, you get the best help too. Like, if you're new to plasma cutting or whatever, and you don't know how to draw a DXF file and you don't know how to do certain things, they've already got YouTube channels on how to do it, what programming to use, this and that. It's like their customer service is amazing. And the owner, Russ, is a good friend of mine. He's also into motorcycles. So that's what's going on with that part of it. Here's another compressor. This one is a California Air. These are great compressors. Sorry, I took the name of it off of it because it wasn't free. So when you're on TV, you know how that goes. You can't post names. So anyways, I've painted probably 50 cars with this one, and it's still going strong. This is my second one in 20 years. I like them. They're not super heavy. You can tote them around. Real quick, you know what? I have another one that I use inside. I know I said this was going to be a short video. I've got another SATA compressor right there, twin piston that I use right here when I'm doing stuff up in here. So, like I said, majority of the time, I still airbrush out here. It's, you know, you just don't want that stuff getting in the filters all the time. But it's funny because even back in the day when I first started airbrushing, like in 1989, at the community college, we airbrushed all inside with illustration paints and stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for always sending me your pictures too on Instagram. I finally just got back on TikTok. I haven't even posted anything yet. I barely am on Facebook, but I know I'm gonna start posting on Facebook again. We'll be restarting the store, so we'll have a store up soon. And then, yeah, we've got builds coming. That was another quick question. instead of me starting another channel, because I already have to start another channel with a friend of mine, Barry. Barry and I are going to do some of the cars that we've got. He's got like some 40 Fords. He's got a lot of Dodges. He's got a lot of Mopar stuff. We're looking at starting that channel soon, and that's going to be a lot of building, you know, a lot of the rat rod style and hot rod style stuff we do, or you've seen us do in the past. Barry and I have worked together on and off over the years. We're good friends, so we said, like, let's go ahead and start another channel. But one thing I don't want to do with this channel is I don't want to start another one on the fab stuff. So my question to you guys was, if you're watching this, and I know a lot of you guys are here just for the paint, but then there's a lot of guys that just wanted to see some cool builds being built too. So we've got the 67 Ford that we're going to do trophy truck fenders on. We're going to slam it, ultra wide wheels, turbo cast iron block possibly. I'm not sure what we're doing. Drivetrain wise, because I can't afford a Coyote, they're too expensive. Anyways, and then I've got that crazy little Austin Healey that's a back half that I got from Darnell, gave me a few years back, and it's sitting way back in the back. Where is it? Get the ugly little truck out of the way. There it is, right there. So that is getting a whole new like built front end and everything. So it's not going to look like an actual Austin Healey because those things are ugly and stupid. And you know what really sucks? This place used to be nice because you could kind of be loud around here, but now they put houses right behind us. So I may have to think about moving soon anyways, because the neighbors are loud too, and I can't expect them to always be quiet when we're trying to film something. So probably just look at maybe, I don't know, my kid and I just getting a big piece of property that's got a shop on it and just do it that way, you know. But anyways, thank you guys for spending 15 minutes with me. Thanks for having me in your home watching me. So now you get to see where I'm at and what I'm doing and all that goodness. So I am going to go put you back on the tripod, okay, and say thank you. Ooh, dude, you might have to edit that out. That's terrible. I just figured let's try one whole shot, not edit nothing. Anyways, thank you guys. As always, appreciate you, the new subscribers. Appreciate you, old friends. Appreciate all of you guys. Once again, thanks for sending me the videos on Instagram. I'm sorry if I got all over the place in this video. That's just what I do. You got to be quick. You got to keep up with me. I'm like, I'm a squirrel. I'll go ahead and get started on that red candy door right now. So we're going to try that with a little bit of sparkle. We'll put a nice high gloss clear on it. We'll take it out in the sun and let's see what that does, because I'm not kidding you. Just the fender that Alex sent me, the blue that he just did on his, looks amazing. I've had other people just today sending me pictures of their hot rods, their rat rods, the things that they're doing. So dude, you don't know how happy that makes me feel. After all these years, I finally get to go, here guys, try this, watch this. You're gonna start getting, you know, boom, 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 all these people like, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Well, see, now you guys have all the secrets. And there's so much you can do with acrylics too. I'm not just trying to push acrylics on anybody, but man, it's just, well, there's a lot of stuff we can't do with solvents. So, I don't know. So if you're an artist deep inside, which all of you are, if you build cars and you do this, or you want to do canvas or walls or whatever, I actually just put an application in to do some kind of movie prop stuff at a place, because, that's more what I like doing anyways, besides building the cool cars. So I'm going to stop talking right now. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, take care. Thank you guys.